My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Hostel Part 2, and this review will have spoilers, so that's your warning. But I did not expect to love the first movie as much as I did. Like, it got very mixed reviews, but I thought it was intense. I thought it had grit. I thought it was brutal and gnarly, and it was very well made. It had some great dark humor. It was well acted. Just a great movie all around. So I was actually very excited to watch this sequel. Like, my expectations a week ago for this movie were here, but because I loved the first movie, they got higher. So it really sucks to say that I did not like this movie. I thought this was a very bad sequel. And what really pissed me off is how it continues the story of the first movie. We get Paxton, who survived everything that happened. And then they kill him off at the immediate start of this movie. And it's just like, why would you do that? You made his survival, his victory at the end of movie 1 meaningless. You took away from a great ending. And it was just a really rough note to begin this movie on. I will say that one of my biggest positives of this movie is how in the torture house they now have door cords everywhere and they have extra security cameras, so you can tell that they learned from their mistakes in the first movie. But we also get a very messy story here. Now, I like the idea of focusing on the villains. And that's what this entire movie should have been. It would have been unique, and it would have been a great look at what drives people to be evil. And it's kind of present in the movie, but it's just not given enough attention, and it's really poorly done. Instead, the focus is on a rinse and repeat of the first movie, but with these girls, and just nothing about this worked for me. I thought it just felt repetitive, like we've already seen this in the last movie. And it was just done a lot worse, and I found the characters were poorly written, and it all builds to this finale where one of the girls buys her way out of the house. And I get what it's trying to say, but I just found it to be very unsatisfying. And I think the biggest sin of this movie is that it just manages to be very boring. Like, the first movie progressively gets better, and it gets your attention the longer it goes on for, but here that never really happened. I thought the performances were pretty bad. Lauren German, blah. Roger Bart, Heather Matarazzo, B.G. Phillips, Richard Borgi, just all the performances. No one has anything to really work with, and every character is written in such a boring manner that there's not much that could have been done. The cast did not keep me engaged. And in regards to the direction, I thought it was also a step down. There are some gruesome moments, but not as many, and definitely not as effective. There's nothing here that comes remotely close to the eye scene from the first movie. And the big, gross, bloody scene near the end of the movie felt more comedic to me, and it just didn't really work. And yeah, like for a movie like this to work, I feel like there has to be some level of engagement, some level of entertainment. Otherwise, the gore doesn't work to the same degree that it needs to, and I just felt like this movie was utterly lacking. The dark comedy felt absent, and it just lacked that grit. So To be honest, I was really disappointed with this movie. There's maybe a bit of potential here, like if it focused on the villains and what drives people to be that evil, and if it was a completely different movie, I guess I would have liked it. But the movie we got just felt like a rinse and repeat sequel where everything was done worse. It's not as effective, it's not as tense, it isn't as well made, it's not as interesting. It's just a step down in every single regard. I don't see myself ever rewatching this movie because if I want to watch this plot, I will pick the original movie always. So, unfortunately, I have to give Hostel Part 2 a 3 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Hostel Part 2? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin